So today we're going to show you how to make some really cool room decor using your old magazines. The first DIY is going to be this really cute magazine collage notebook cover, and to make this you're going to need some magazines, a notebook, a ruler, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, and a Sharpie. Begin by flipping through your magazines and just ripping out any pages that you like. Once you have quite a few pages ripped out, use your ruler to draw 2-inch triangles and make sure you have enough to cover the cover of your notebook. After cutting out all your triangles, you can begin gluing them down onto your notebook, and you can do this in any pattern you want. Just make sure you cover up the whole entire cover of your notebook. If you have any of your triangles hanging over the cover of your notebook, you can always trim them down once you're done using a scissor. After that, you have your finished magazine collage cover for your notebooks, and I think this makes your notebooks look 10 times better, and it's perfect for back to school. The second DIY is this really cute quote canvas, and it might look a little difficult to make with all the different magazine layers, but don't worry, it's actually super easy to make and will match anyone's room. For this DIY, you're going to need some magazines, scissors, a paintbrush, some glue sticks, paint, a canvas, some copy paper, and a ruler. Begin by ripping out any pages in the magazines that you like. You can also add in some scrapbook paper, but this step is completely optional. No matter how hard I try, no matter how. Next, just trace your ruler onto your magazine and cut out rectangular strips. Once you have all your strips cut out, you can begin laying out your design, and if you want your design to look like mine, I just layered my strips over one another slightly. This is life, as we know it, getting high. After you have your design all laid out, you can begin gluing it down. I decided to glue mine down in different parts, so I decided to glue one part together first and then another part together, and then once I had all my parts down, I then glued it down onto the canvas, and that's how I got the different layering effect that I ended up with. With the layering technique that I used, some of the parts actually hanged over the edges of the canvas when I glued them down. So after everything was glued down, I went back with a cutter to trim the edges. Now it's time to get the actual quote onto the canvas, and to do this I just used Microsoft Word, and I used word art. I made the fill no fill and the outline super skinny, and then I just typed in the quote that I wanted. After printing out the quote that I wanted, I cut out the letters individually and laid it out onto my canvas. Then I decided to paint my letters in 3 different colors, but you can totally stick to one color if you want to. Once you painted all your letters, just let them air dry for about half an hour. Once your letters are all dried, you can begin gluing them down. Once you finish gluing down your quote, you have your finished magazine quote canvas, and if anyone looks at this, they're going to think that you got it from a store, but really you just made it out of your old magazines. This last DIY might be my favorite. It's this Tassel magazine garland. To make this, you will need some magazines, a ruler, a Sharpie, some scissors, tape, some ribbon, a hot glue gun, and some scrapbook paper. Start by flipping through your magazines and just ripping out pages that you like. Once you have your pages ripped out, use your ruler, Sharpie, and a scissor to cut off the frayed edges. Now it's time to make the fringes on the tassels, and I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. One way is with a paper shredder, and this is the easiest way, but if you don't have a paper shredder, I'll show you a different way. So with a paper shredder, you want to put 2 sheets on top of each other and then fold it in half. Then you want to place it into the paper shredder until it reaches almost to the top, and then you want to reverse it and then take it out. For those of you who do not own a paper shredder, you can still get the same effect by putting 2 sheets on top of each other and then folding it in half. Then use your scissors to cut fringes from the bottom to almost the top of the magazines. Once you've made all your tassels, use a scissor, a Sharpie, and a ruler to trim the top of the tassels. Afterwards, roll your tassels up and then secure them with clear tape. Using your ruler, Sharpie, and a pair of scissors, cut a thin strip of scrap of paper to create a loop for the string to go through. Using your hot glue gun, apply a strip of glue on the top and the bottom of the scrap of paper, then just place it onto your tassel, but make sure you leave some room on the top to allow a string to go through. To make the hoops look a bit cuter, I decided to glue some ribbon onto the base of the hoop.
I wouldn't share, 'cause I fear I might break, and I fear I can't take it. Tonight I'll lie.
Now it's time to put a string through the hoops of your tassels, and you're going to want to start by securing one end of the string by tying a knot. Next, one by one, put your string through the hoops of each of your tassels and then securing the tassel's position with a knot. Once you've strung all your tassels through, secure the end of the string with a knot and then cut off the excess string. After that, you finished your magazine tassel garlands and you can hang it anywhere you want in your room, and these look a lot like the ones Urban Outfitters sell, except Urban Outfitters sells them for like $60 and these barely cost anything. So yeah, those are all the DIYs. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on social media and check out our other channels, and we'll talk to you guys in our next video. Bye!
Ghetto choppers in the sky, and they're flying super high. They're gonna be out looking for us all night. And they got a search party with their big flashlights. And they're searching high, searching low, searching super wide. Ghetto choppers in the sky, and they're flying super high.
I gotta be like, oh baby, no baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love.